besties, welcome to the very first episode of Nurse POV. So this is the new project I am starting alongside with content creation and nursing. I hope that this episode will find you well, that you can connect with me and also for your mental health, because I know in nursing our mental health is most neglected because it's so busy and it's so fast paced and things just go crazy, and then we have to handle the patients, the co-workers, and other allied health members. There are so many things we need to coordinate, as well as the doctors, don't forget, and just so much thing. So besties, here's the reminder for you to stay hydrated and remember to go for toilet breaks, because I know how easy it is to go from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. without going to toilets or drinking any water. And UTI tend to sneak up on us. Also, bestie, remember to sleep well. I know that after work we are so tired, we just completely knocked out and we didn't want to do anything else. We just want to lie on the bed because sleeping becomes so precious to us as we work shift. So, I still remember the times that we are not allowed to keep water bottles. It's because of that we forget to drink up and keep hydrated. So remember to keep hydrated always, alright, besties? I hope that this episode will make you feel better about yourself. Give yourself more positive self-talks and know that you are worth it in any kind of situations or any workplace that you are in. I hope that you'll find your confidence and find what you are good at. Being a nurse isn't about mastering rocket sciences. Once you're familiar with the environment and once you get a hang of things, you are able to navigate through the environment and the culture. I want to talk about how important it is to not always listen to what others says about you, because it can cause you to really have a negative self-talk and make you feel really bad about yourself. And I did get a scholarship in nursing, and nursing was difficult. Like when I started nursing school, I already encountered difficulties. Like I have classmates who constantly make me feel that I am wrong, I'm not doing the right thing, I'm keep making mistakes in clinicals, and it started to make me really anxious. And I feel that I'm walking on eggshells every time I go for clinicals, afraid that I'll make a mistakes and afraid that somebody will be harmed because of me. And it really instilled this fear, and eventually it became a trauma. When I went to my first probation at work, it became a trauma because I constantly receive shoutings and verbal abuse. It really brings my self-esteem down a lot. I doubt myself so much and I have so much negative self-talk. And I think that I was depressed and I was really anxious. I have experienced pre-shift anxiety, and I was just, my mind was quite muddled and blur when I work, and as people watch me because they need to assess me, and then there will be co-workers around me that was reporting behind my back to the nurse manager on my first job without my knowledge. It was very disappointing when I found out about that 5 months later in my probation, where my nurse managers just have a list of compound negative points about me. It was something like I wasn't helping my colleagues enough. I was on my computer because remember, as an in charge, we need to document everything. We need to make sure everything is correct, medication, documentation, and what did we miss, and just so much documentation. So my colleagues were saying I was on my computer so much, and I did help them. But on my side, I was feeling like if you needed my help, you could just call me, because I am really navigating through the computer side. But anyways, so there were like negative feedbacks, and honestly, I was trying my best to help everyone as much as possible. I was someone that really wants to help my colleagues. I don't want them to struggle because of me, but it's just that I was new. I wasn't familiar with the surrounding, and therefore I didn't know what I was doing was actually wrong at that time. And nobody actually reminded me that. because they were just observing me. And also, we are not always with our preceptor all the time. We are also expected to practice what we learn in school, and we are expected to know it already. So I have a lot of questions to ask when I first started out nursing. There are things that I'm just not familiar with, like the timing and who to call, where to find the number for these certain doctors, or when to call these doctors. There are just so many questions that I wasn't familiar with when I was new. So I have to ask questions. However, when I ask questions, sometimes I face sarcastic remarks, and I face silence, being ignored. So it's something that I have to learn it from myself. And for the answer that is unanswered, I have to find it for myself. But at the time, I was really anxious. It was so busy. So there was one time at the KKH hospital that I actually forgot about the breast milk that I was heating up. I wasn't sure the steps to heat out the breast milk. I was struggling to find someone to help me with it. But it's just at that moment, I couldn't find anyone at all. It's like probably the break time. I was left on my own. I couldn't find anybody around me. So I just tried to heat up the breast milk on my own without really knowing how to do it. And as a result, the breast milk spoiled. I forgot about it because things get so busy. I was trying to help out. And eventually there are nurses around, but I forgot to tell them that I was heating up the breast milk, and I forgot about it. And then the nurse manager found out that I forgot about the breast milk. She was furious. She asked who did that, and I owned up. And then eventually I failed that attachment because they say that I didn't do it right. And the hospital I was bonded to at that time was watching me because they feel that if I have to delay my graduation time, there must be something that I'm not doing right. And so they are watching me even more, giving me more anxiety. I was really anxious then when I work. So I have to say that most of the time when I go to work, it was just a really anxious experience that someone will catch me for doing something wrong. And I'm always aware of what is going on around me and kind of traumatized. Always aware too much of people catching my mistakes and reporting me. At the time, I was really anxious because I'm afraid of losing the job. I have a bond to pay, which is a lot for me. As I was saying, my mom was struggling financially and my dad did not really help us much. So it was really struggling financially. So I was really afraid that I couldn't pay back the bond at all, and I didn't want that to happen. But what actually happened was I failed the probation, and I was really thrown to nowhere. I was struggling to find another place to work as a nurse because I failed the probation, and I have negative comments saying that I'm not competent. And one thing for sure I just want to say is that I am very aware of the patient's safety because I don't want anything bad to happen to my patients. But as I said, we are all human beings. We make mistakes too. And when you are anxious, trembling, shy, timid, low self-esteem, more mistakes can arise. It's the environment. That sometimes it makes me go really dizzy and giddy. And I still remember the time that I had to travel from Jurong to the east side, and it took like 1.5 hours. I did not take any breakfast. At the time of 9 a.m., I was really hungry. And seeing when the patients having their breakfast, I was like salivating in my mind that I really want to eat something too. But it was really strict as well in the clinical state. I am not supposed to eat anything outside of the clinical time. People are busy. They expect to see me there and to help them out. It's a really, really anxious time. The time that I was at my lowest self-esteem when I was actually begging for this nursing job. Because they say that I'm not competent, I'm slow, I couldn't catch up, I couldn't handle the pressure. So I need to prove myself to them. However, the time is short. It was only in total 5 months. They say that I haven't proved myself to them as a nurse. So it was really devastating. My self-esteem was at the lowest. I was dismissed by them because I was deemed as not capable to work as a nurse. And I have to say that I cry a lot at home, at work, just keep crying. And I was like begging for the job. And of course they didn't like listen to it or give me another chance to prove myself. But now I've learned that it doesn't matter whether you prove yourself to others or not, because at the end of the day, what matters is when you look at the mirror at yourself and tell yourself you are worth it. You are not defined by how fast you work, or you are not defined by the comments of your co-workers. You are not defined by the things that say behind your back to the manager about you. You are not even defined by the list of negative things that was written on the documents. Because you know yourself, who you are. You should know your self-worth. You are the one that can fulfill your potential and nobody else can do it for you. And therefore, keep searching for your passion. Keep searching for your true value. Keep searching for where people can truly see your value. Because you need to believe in yourself. You are not defined by anything they are saying. I have slipped into depression before. Most of the time, I really don't feel like doing anything else. Sometimes in the morning, it's also really very difficult to get up in the morning, feeling anxious, sad, and just feel like things are meaningless, life is meaningless. I still remember wearing those pressure stockings, which just looked like a stocking that you wear it, and it was at the end of the day, it makes my skin so itchy because I was sweating so much in those stockings. It's very disgusting. My skin was itching, and then it has those red dots like rashes that pops out on my leg, and then I was scratching my leg at night when I sleep. The pressure stocking is not pleasant at all. It does makes you feel less fatigue on your leg because sometimes we have to stand for like at least 8 to 9 hours, up to 12 hours or longer if you live far away from your workplace. So those stockings does release some fatigue from your legs. It also reduce edema, water retention on your legs. And that's why, besties, you need to drink up. Because if you don't drink up enough, it can cause water retention as well and UTI. So those pressure stocking was actually a nightmare. I have to throw away the pressure stocking because it just didn't work on my skin. It was so itchy. And besides that, I have hormonal fluctuations. I had so much acne during the student years of nursing. My face just broke out so much. It could be due to stress. So my face was completely full of acne, and I have to see a dermatologist, which costs money as well. Much later on at the gynecology, which I have to take like YADs to control one of my conditions, endometriosis, and also my face acne, which really helps because my face is much better. And the dermatologist, they asked me to take the isotretinoin, which really helped to clear up my face as well. As a side note, just want to let you know, guys, that whoever have passed out in nursing school, you have studied hard, you have worked hard. You really want to be a nurse, I know it, especially when you sign the bond. So don't let anyone else tell you that you are not good enough because you earn your place to be there, to be a registered nurse. Even though people are monitoring you and saying they are not competent, but you know that you work hard for it. You need to respect yourself, even though other people don't respect you. They don't see you as the registered nurse, someone who can be in charge of everything. But you just need to give yourself time. Even other people say that you will never be a good nurse. I still remember a time that someone actually pointed a finger at me and said that you were not fit to be a nurse, and it was someone that I really respect. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise because you earn your place to be there. You have what it takes to be there. Don't let anxiety creeps up on you and makes you make more mistakes. You have to be confident and you need to know your rationale of doing things. You know what is right. You are taught that in school. And even though your classmate might make you feel that you're doing things wrong, but you are doing what it takes to be a nurse. You have the passion for it. You are worth it, and you must remember to respect yourself and give yourself some time too. Because I can tell you, after a few years, everything is actually on top of your fingertips, even though others does not acknowledge it, but you know that it's on top of fingertips. You know how to do it. You know how to do it fast. If you might be slow in the beginning, people might make sarcastic remarks about you. People might say that you are blur, you have no common sense, you have hearing problems and all these issues, but you are yourself. You should prove to yourself that you know what to do and you know what it takes for you to be where your dreams are. You have to give yourself the self-worth, the confidence, and the self-esteem, because no one else will give it to you. There will be negative comments around you, but if you negative talk to yourself, it will just harm your mental health even more. For those of you who have to work for various reasons, just keep showing up for your patients. Remember, patients is the priority. You are helping others, serving others. And I can tell you that patients are the one that makes my days the most when I was depressed. Keep showing up for your patients, keep helping them, and you know that they will be really grateful for you. Even though you don't feel that in the environment, but they are really grateful for you. Some of them will even say thank you, and some of them will even say they pray for you. Keep showing up for them, keep doing it for them, because this job is for them and for yourself. Not for the surrounding, not for the environment, but for these two people. There will be a lot of negative comments and negative talks about you, in front of you, behind of you, but you got what it takes to be there. You are capable to do what you need to do in the workplace. You are taught that, you have gone through all that, you have passed out, but you just need to give yourself confidence. Listen to your inner self and tell yourself where you need to be to achieve your dreams. So thank you for listening to me on this podcast, and I hope that you have felt something for yourself to grow. Do not let anyone dim your light and confidence. And I love you all guys, and see you again. Bye.